Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center. Congratulate you on your Freedom Express 192 RBS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. Got quite a big awning here. Leave plenty of room for that to come in and out. On your off campsite, you'll have your little slide, but I also want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be. They're going to be right behind your slide. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, unhook our hitch. First thing we do is level our unit. You have a hand crank level, so I recommend going ahead and getting a stick on level. Find the center of your unit, stick that on, hand crank that until it's level. Once it's level, we can go ahead and stabilize the unit. All four corners of the unit, you got these little stabilizing jacks. Simply hand crank these down. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. They're going to protect your feet from stabilizing jack. You can protect your feet from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Get a 4-pack of those. Run these down just until they're taut. Once you get any type of hand resistance on this crank, go ahead and stop, because remember, our unit's level. All we're trying to do now is stabilize it. So get them down. Once we got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Got your big long 30-amp cord here on the back. At the end of that, should you need to plug into a 110 somewhere, there's a 30 to 15-amp reducer. Comes with your convenience pack. Now let's hook up our water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here. Hook that up. Hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's come around here to your hot water heater and make sure our drain plug's back in. Get that back in there nice and tight. Once that's in there snug, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a little bit, we're going to go inside and we are going to open our slide. Coming all the way in here and pushing for the slide to go out. Button towards you. So the slide control is actually in the slide. Now, the reason I want you to get this out, I don't want anything to be in your way. I want you to open up all of your water taps. Showers, sinks, showers. Open all of them up, get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Once you got a nice steady flow of water going through them, you'll know that all the air is out of the lines and your hot water heater is full. Then you can turn that on from indoors. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping or boondocking. In that case, we're going to just simply fill up our fresh water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Two ways to tell when that's full. There's an overflow valve right here, or on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Once that's full, remove your hose, and then whenever you want to use your fresh water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Again, don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we are all set up with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Starting here over on the campsite, You got our big awning. Only run them awnings out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees. Otherwise, it'll continue running itself up and backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. A couple outdoor speakers. A vent for your microwave. Some storage here. 110s. Cable. Freshwater hookup. That's a flue for your furnace. Make sure you never have that blocked. And if you run your furnace steer clear, it does get hot. Underneath here is a drain outlet for your fresh water. Right underneath there is your fresh water drain, as well as your tank. Big pass-through storage. You got a hand crank for bringing a spare tire down. Propane does have a cover and is on a regulator. Be pointed toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. Around your off campsite again, more of your pass-through storage area. Your short slide. Back around here to your docking station again, you do have a hot and cold shower. City water connect, TV and cable hookup. This is your tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks. And back here you got a drain outlet for your freshwater drains. Or not freshwater, your campsite load point drains. On the back, this is access to the back of your fridge. And that is your hot water heater. That about covers everything out here. Let's go inside. So coming up beside the unit, first thing I want to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows where the fire extinguisher is, usually located at the entry door in case of an emergency. Coming in, we got a bunch of cabinetry. To our left, we will talk about our fridge. Turn that on. We're on auto. Auto means you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you're unplugged, you're on gas. Lift that up for it to go on gas. If that light comes on, check your gas. Turn it back toward the door. Down here next to our trash can, just above it, is our awning control. Again, running that awning out. You don't want to run it out till flap falls down. You can see your bar. It's a pretty fast awning, so keep an eye on it. It will continue to run itself out and run itself up backwards. Not just this one, but all of them. So you got to watch them when you put them out and stop when you need to stop. Close our door. Sure that awning's all the way in. All right. All right, continuing into the kitchen area. This little light here is aftermarket, but a couple of brightnesses here. All the rest of your lighting is underneath the sink here. Big double sink. Keep an eye on your plumbing. You know, you are bouncing a house down the road. Access to your water lines behind that panel there. Self-explanatory microwave. Your cooktop has a nice wooden top that they put on it. You got a light and fan. Up here you'll hit this to light, hit your spark, and I believe you got to push it in at the same time. When your gas is turned on, that'll light in here. On your oven you do have a pilot light on this one, so you have to get in there like that. Smart little countertop there. Your TV, got a actual Roku TV. Came with your unit, so just go through and check out your Roku channels. Got most of the good ones on here already. Sound system, AM, FM, DVD. I'm not sure if this runs Bluetooth or CD, DVD player or just CD. Tool zones, indoors and outdoors. Outdoors would be number one. So turn them both back on. Down here's storage, a bunch of paperwork, remote for the sound system. Storage, you do have a table that you can set up in front of your slide here for dining. I want to show you the difference in these lights. Blue if you touch it once, white if you hold the button in. Gives you a night reading light if you hold it in. Just touch it once and it's blue. Do have a hand crank open vent there, your smoke alarm, your AC unit, which brings me over here to your thermostat. And up here is your thermostat, controls here, your settings, heat and cool off down here, and your fan to auto or on. Up here is where we can check the levels of our tanks, your brand new battery, your fresh water, that's the button you want to hold down when filling up your potable water, black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked to gas, water heater if hooked to electric, makes a difference. Again, your slide control in your slide here. Down below all that is your carbon monoxide propane detector. As I mentioned, it's 12 volt, it's running off your battery all the time. So if you do go out boondocking, make sure you disconnect one of them battery posts if you're going to be gone for the day to keep this running your battery down. Coming back into our bathroom, do have 110 with GFCI reset here, rocker light, a hand crank open power exhaust vent in here, more plumbing to maintain. Just keep an eye on it when you're going down the road. Make sure nothing's bounced loose over time. That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. So first thing I like to do is walk through and shut off all my lights so that I can see any accent lighting I need to shut off by hand. Now I can come back to my control panel here and turn them on and see what I'm doing. Alright, now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Everything is secured. Nothing's going to pop open going on the road. Nothing's in front of your slide to impede your slide from coming in. Hold that button, step backwards as it comes in. It's a short slide, so it won't run you over. Just slides in. Shut off our lighting. There it is. And exit the unit. If we are out dry camping, we're going to get up underneath here and open up that drain. It's going to dump our freshwater tank. Otherwise, we're going to unhook our water, our cable, and our power, bring up all of our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be behind your tires, all the way at the rear of the unit, your off-camp side, and or the driver's side of your tow vehicle, and you got a 10-foot hose. We're going to hook that up, and we're going to pull. They've labeled it body waste. That's your black handle. Once that sounds like it's empty, you can go inside and check your black tank if you want. Check the levels on that panel. Shows empty. I want you to leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station and hook up to this tank flush. Again, making sure that is in full open position. Hook up that hose, turn that on, and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When you're done, remove that hose. Make sure all that black washout that you put in there has drained. Then close your black handle and pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers, and that's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. When you're done with that, take your sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Lastly, we're going to get up underneath here to this drain outlet. We're going to open up them low point drains. When those are done draining, you're going to come around here to your hot water heater. You're done for the season. Lift up on this pressure release valve. It's going to dump the remainder of your hot water out of there. Push this down, otherwise your door's not going to close, and then open up your drain here. That won't be as much hot water then. Hook up our hitch and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Freedom Express for many years to come. Happy camping.